Hello, I'm Patrick Weiss. Welcome to In Conversation. This is an opportunity for you to meet some of the excellent presenters that will be sharing their expertise at the 2017 Insurance Canada Technology Conference in February. Today, it's my pleasure to introduce Sue Britton from FinTech Growth Syndicate, a Canadian company that accelerates the pace of innovation and growth for financial institutions and startups. Sue will be presenting on developing client relationships in a digital environment at our conference. Welcome, Sue.
Thanks, Patrick. It's great to be here.
For those who don't know what you do, can you describe your business and how you actually work with the clients?
Sure, I'd be more than happy to. The FinTech Growth Syndicate is an advisory firm, and we work with large incumbent financial institutions and up and coming startups. And basically, we help them with their growth strategies. So, for incumbents, that's innovation. For startups, that's entering new markets and partnering with financial institutions. And unlike the consulting world, we're a little bit different. We're agile. We're experienced. We invest a ton of time in the fintech ecosystem, and that seems to be very valuable for our clients. So.
Well, that's good. Now, you've told me that the banking industry or financial institutions have spent over 19 billion US dollars in fintech startups. Now, I think that may include insurance, but I think you've also told me that that's a relatively small segment. From your perspective, what are the implications of that for insurers, and what can brokers learn from how banks and other financial institutions are investing?
Right. Yeah, no, that number, as you said, doesn't, it includes insurtech. Often people, lump the two together, both fintech and insurtech. And just as a point, in 2016, the growth in investment in insurtech startups has really exploded. By the end of the year, we'll see about 2 billion going into new startups. I think the implications for insurers are really very similar to the implications for banks, and that is that these startups are coming in and addressing gaps and pain points in that the incumbents' existing clients have with the service that they're getting or with the product that may or may not be available to them, and they're starting to take that business away, and so they have really no choice but to respond. And I think what in Canada, both banks and insurance companies are generally in the same spot, if you will, in terms of how much they've progressed. In fact, there's a lot of insurance innovation happening in Canada. But if we look globally, I think the things that I would like insurance companies in Canada to learn from others is that globally, folks are moving faster. And if you look to the UK or Singapore, Hong Kong, those markets are moving much, much faster towards innovation and digital transformation. And so Canada needs to move faster.
That's interesting. And to this point, the insurance industry is generally pretty conservative in tech investments, primarily due to its philosophy about risk. Is there more information for the insurers about this that would make them more comfortable in experimentation?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think that there's a business case for, disrupting themselves, really. And, digital transformation is going to bring, new business models, increased revenues, efficiencies, so reduce costs. I don't think that is the thing that's going to make them more comfortable in experimenting. I think that, consumers have, kind of, they're voting with their feet, and they want a better experience, but in the end, they also really value their broker relationship, and we've done quite a bit of research on that to understand, the value of that relationship as it compares to things like robo-advising or other digital, client solutions. So I think, done right, the insurance companies should be able to see the 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 value in experimentation.
Now, some insurers and specifically some reinsurers have taken to making some fairly substantial investments in insurtech startups and setting up accelerator services. What are the pluses and minuses that you see in the insurers making this type of investment, getting involved as VCs to a certain extent?
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think it's great. They need to start somewhere. I worry a little bit about, innovation theater. Some of the innovation activities of not just insurance companies, but large incumbents are not rooted in a solid strategy. And there are different ways to innovate based on what your strategy is. And I'll get into this some more at the conference in February, but I think that's the key thing. I think it's great, but just need to make sure that the type of innovation is aligned with the strategy that you're working towards, or if you might not get the returns that you're looking for.
Well, that's good, and we're looking forward to you to sharing this. Now, we only have a minute or so left. What is one trait that you can recommend that an insurer has to adopt in order to get into an insurtech program successfully?
Right. You know what? I have to say fear. I really do. I think that the large incumbents enjoy typically a um, profitable results, and I think that that makes them complacent. And so I think if they're not afraid of what's coming down the pipe at them with digital disruption or with changing consumer needs, then no matter what they're doing in innovation, it just won't work. The culture won't. The culture of the organization will kill all the good work that they're doing in small spots. So I also think that persistence and humility are really important, right? Making sure that people understand that innovation and change takes work, and it's going to take persistence and also openness and humility.
Well, that's good advice, Sue, and I'd like to thank you and looking forward to welcoming you and your partner Carrie Russell to the Insurance Canada Technology Conference in February. And I'd like to thank you who are listening. We hope you found this valuable. We look forward to welcoming you as well to the 2017 Insurance Canada Technology Conference. It's being held on the 28th of February 2017 at the Allstream Center in Toronto. And we have a URL up on the screen that you can use to get more information and to register for the event. We look forward to seeing you. Thank you again for your time today.
Thanks.